afternoon and welcome to Panther News on this Tuesday, December 6th. I'm Sarah Martin and today I'll be bringing the latest and greatest news your way from our studio on the campus of High Point University. Domestic violence is a crime that is taken seriously at any police department. According to the Domestic Violence Resource Center, somewhere between 600,000 and 6 million women are abused each year. But do you know how High Point's own authorities deal with these aggressive crimes? Reporter Sarah Roof has the exclusive look into the Major Crimes Unit here at the High Point Police Department to show you more.
The High Point Police Department has been implementing a new domestic violence initiative. The Major Crimes Unit at the department has taken the lead on dealing with these aggressive and violent incidents. The developers of the initiative have definitely done their research. According to the High Point Police Department, over a decade of data shows that domestic violence offenders have a record of criminal history. This is how the offender-focused initiative works. If you decrease drug, gang, and gun charges, you can also decrease domestic violence charges. Research shows that each of these offenses are closely related to domestic violence as a crime.
The population has continued to rise over time from roughly 75,000, say, in the early 90s to about 103,000 now. And during that same time, the violent crime has continued to drop to nearly 47%.
Guns, drugs, and gangs may fuel the fire, but how? Psychologists suggest that the perpetrators may have trouble distinguishing between violence in the community and violence at home.
It's quite likely that people who are in gangs or that type of affiliation during their day-to-day life are likely to express the same types of negativity or dominance or power or violence in their romantic lives as well.
With the Domestic Violence Initiative's help, aggressive assaults have become a much less prevalent crime in High Point. This innovative way of tackling domestic violence has won the HPPD several awards and had them featured in national news articles.
The High Point Police Department's Domestic Violence Initiative has been used as a model for other police departments around the country. Moving to another service provided by our community, as you gear up to eat merrily during the holiday season, remember to keep it safe. Cooking is the leading cause of household fires in the month of December, which means the fire department is getting a lot more calls. Our fire officials have come up with creative ways to keep the citizens of High Point safe. Here's our own Lene Frazier with the story.
Don Henshaw doesn't look like your typical firefighter. He doesn't wear an orange suit or carry an oxygen tank. Henshaw happens to fight fire in a different way, by using a pen and pad. As part of the Fire Prevention Bureau, he and 3 other investigators work to figure out how a fire started, and maybe even who started it. They also inspect buildings to make sure they are up to code. Everything inside and around the building is looked at. Nothing is left unchecked. Back at the station, Fire Marshal Mike Levins knows the impact his team's work has on the community.
We get a lot of citizens out there, good and bad. But a lot of them, that's why they dial 911, is to see us come on out and help them with the situation. Now, they may not like the outcome sometimes because the damage is extensive, or sometimes we just can't determine what started that fire. But there are a lot of people out there that appreciate us coming on out and assisting them.
The inspectors are always kept busy too. Last year alone, the Bureau handled over 4,500 inspections and close to 100 fire investigations.
We'll be sure to be extra careful in our kitchen here at Panther News. We got to take a little break in late November for the holiday, and during that time I had the opportunity to take a behind-the-scenes look of West End Ministries. While I was there, I got to see what they've been up to these past few weeks and how they've been preparing for their annual Thanksgiving feast. Here at West End Ministries, the line is out the door for a hot meal, but this line was nothing compared to the amount of people present on Thanksgiving Day, said Jim Summey, the co-founder of West End Ministries.
We'll fix about 20 whole turkeys. It's not a lot, but I mean it's 20 whole turkeys plus everything with it, the dressing and mashed potatoes and green beans and candied yams and a bunch of other desserts and fresh vegetable trays and all that stuff. It's just a little feast.
Before the start of the meal, West End prepared for 250 people to come through their doors. West End Ministries is looking to prepare around 200 pounds of food for the feast, starting the week of the 21st, and will continue to be prepared until the start of the feast on Thanksgiving Day. It's not just about the meal for some folks, it's a sense of community and having a place to go. Dana Bentley, the Community Relations and Development Chair at West End, says this annual feast will continue for as long as they are around.
It's tradition. You know, we have our traditions with our family, and they're part of our family, so that's just a tradition.
The Thanksgiving feast happened on November 26th at 12 noon. A big thanks to all the people at West End Ministries for helping our High Point community every day. Just like how West End Ministry is doing good deeds in the local community, another nonprofit organization, Habitat for Humanity, has been working hard in our area as well. High Point residents may notice big changes in certain regions as the city works to bring life back into one of its struggling neighborhoods. Panther News reporter Andrew Faust has the story.
Thanks to the city of High Point's increased focus in revitalizing the historic Washington Street neighborhood, local residents may notice quite a few improvements that are aiming to enhance the surrounding community.
With hard work by organizations like Habitat for Humanity, the community is transforming into a safer environment.
According to Joyce Fish, coordinator of Habitat for Humanity in High Point, the organization is aiming to build a unique community that is both safe and family-friendly. Fish says Habitat for Humanity plans to build 25 to 30 more homes in the neighborhood within the next 5 years. And the organization's work in High Point is far from over.
If you would like to put in your efforts to help the local Habitat for Humanity in High Point, you can call them at 336-887-8388. When we come back, we'll talk about how a local fraternity has come up with an interesting way of raising money for those in need and a way to burn off some of those calories from the holiday season. See you after the break.
At High Point University, every student receives an extraordinary education in an inspiring environment with caring people. At High Point University, every student receives an extraordinary education in an inspiring environment with caring people.
Welcome back to Panther News. I'm Sarah Martin. The Brothers of Kappa Sigma Fraternity at High Point University hosted their first annual bake-off to raise money for 2 local nonprofit organizations. All of the baked goods were sold on the campus to students and faculty. The extras were taken to the local Walmart and sold to residents of the High Point area. Let's go to Panther News reporter Chandler DeWitt for more.
The competition consisted of students baking multiple treats to be entered in a contest and then sold around campus to raise money for the 2 organizations. Multiple students signed up for the Kappa Sig Bake-Off, but right now I'm standing outside junior Kayla Buckner's apartment where she is working on muffins for the charity event. Kayla bakes a lot in her spare time and likes to experiment with different ingredients.
I decided to sign up for the bake-off because I'm usually baking anyway, so I thought that if I could put my baking skills to good use for a cause, it'd be a much better use of my time.
For the bake-off, she decided to make triple chocolate muffins, one of her specialties, in hopes that they will win. Casey Hires, a sophomore in Kappa Sigma, put together the event and was very excited about the involvement from all the students.
We decided to do this event. It started with one of our brothers, John Purcell. He was kind of thinking that, like girls like to bake, so we decided to turn it into a philanthropy event, having a bake-off, and then we were going to sell the baked goods. And as you can see here, we're selling the baked goods to the students here.
For the competition, Kappa Sigma brought in 3 celebrity judges from around campus who were willing to offer their time for the event. Vice President of Student Life Gail Tuttle, Chef Boyardee, also known as Edward Burlando, a server at 1924 Prime, and Dean of Students Dr. Kevin Snyder enjoyed sampling the free desserts and offering their professional opinion on who should win. The representatives from both charities came to speak to the faculty and students about the organizations and express their gratitude for all the support.
The winners of the bake-off received bragging rights around campus, and all the proceeds went to the family services of the Piedmont and Second Harvest food banks to benefit those in need of the Triad area. There has been a new group added to the High Point University campus this year, the Western Equestrian Team. These girls don't just ride horses for their own enjoyment, they take time to brighten up others' lives with some extracurricular activities. Allie Williams has the story.
A certain group of college students has taken horsing around on the weekends to a new level. The High Point University Western Equestrian Team has blossomed overnight from a small group of riders to a competing team that still knows how to have fun. The main purpose of the Western Equestrian Team is to provide an opportunity for students who love to ride horses a chance to get out in the ring on their own or take a lesson if they need it. Holly Hubbs, a junior, manages the equestrian team after an injury her freshman year made it so she could no longer ride. She still has fun. Some of her favorite memories have been made on this team.
I just like being in the lessons and learning new things and challenging myself when I was riding.
Holly says that competing is an option and that most team members are only there to bond with their teammates and their horses.
But you don't have to be a part of the team to bond with the horses. A branch of the equestrian team will be helping spread holiday cheer all over High Point University's campus this month with horse and carriage rides. If you're looking for a place to shed some weight before the holidays, we may have found the place for you. High Point University has recently added many new classes to their physical education program. From sports such as bowling and racquetball, students can usually find a fit for their interests. Not only has HPU added fun activities, they have also added ones that could help save your life. This is where many students go to attend weekly kickboxing and self-defense classes. Maria Snyder and husband Steve both own and operate the Tiger Rock Martial Arts Center located on Admiral Drive in High Point. They became involved with HPU when Tony Kemmerly, director for the new School of Exercise Science, approached them about teaching classes for the university. Kemmerly, a Taekwondo student himself, thought kickboxing and self-defense classes would be a great addition to the physical education curriculum. As of right now, no additional classes plan on being added to the High Point University schedule, but the center does offer a range of martial arts programs from kickboxing, Taekwondo, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The instructor said that attendance has increased every year since High Point has added the kickboxing and self-defense program. 30 students were enrolled for the class for the fall 2011 semester. For those in the triad looking for a cool evening hangout spot, Panther News reporter Sebastian Bono may have found one for you. A new cocktail bar has just opened in downtown Winston-Salem.
New York, Los Angeles, and New Orleans, all known for their classy cocktails. However, Winston-Salem may be joining these three with the growing popularity of Tate's Craft Cocktails.
Located in the heart of downtown Winston-Salem, Tate's Craft Cocktails, which was recently named one of the top places in the South to grab a drink, combines a hip atmosphere with outdoor seating and handcrafted cocktails made from top-shelf spirits and some of the freshest ingredients. This concept is something fairly new for Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem has really grasped onto the whole concept. You see craft cocktail bars more so in cities like Manhattan or San Francisco, but you know, we started to kind of bring a new trend into the city, and everybody seems to enjoy it.
People from all over the Triad flock to Tate's Craft Cocktails for their vast creative drink selection and enthusiastic bartenders. Each cocktail is handmade to order in front of the customers. Homemade colas and ginger beer add to the flavors of the cocktails. One of Tate's signatures, the Blackbird Julep, combines raspberry liqueur, citrus vodka, freshly squeezed lemon juice, and homemade simple syrup. Once shaken and strained, the cocktail is topped with fresh strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries, all to ensure that the customer comes back for more.
Well, you might find some of us there on Tuesday nights when Tate's offers jazz music to complement their crafty cocktails. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning into Panther News. I'm Sarah Martin, and we'll see you next time.